Okay, so this week we're going to talk about a memoir, and I hope that you watch this video. What is a memoir? Because the exit ticket has questions that come from this video. So the story that we're going to read this week is Under the Royal Palms, A Childhood in Cuba. So this is nonfiction, which means it's true. And let's just go through a few things first before we start reading. So, Under the Royal Palms, A Childhood in Cuba, a memoir by Alma Flor Ada. Meet Alma Flor Ada. By the time she was 3, Alma Flor Ada had already learned to read. She had also learned that she was born into a family of storytellers. It is no surprise then that she would grow up to become a storyteller herself. Ada writes to share some of the joy, the excitement, the surprise she felt reading books and hearing stories as a child. Seeing her books in the hands of readers is one of her greatest joys. Another is using her writing to help children from different cultures understand one another. Ada writes many of her books in both English and Spanish, hoping that her readers will learn to not only celebrate but also deeply respect and appreciate others. Try a memoir. A memoir is a form of nonfiction in which a person tells about significant events in his or her life. So it's not the story of their whole life. A memoir tells about a specific event in their life. Unlike an autobiography, which generally covers a person's entire life, a memoir may describe just one particular time period or experience. Alma Flor Ada's memoir describes the experiences that shaped her childhood in Cuba during the 1940s. Read a great book. The award-winning memoir Under the Royal Palms paints a vivid picture of growing up in Cuba. Alma Flor Ada grew up on her family's ranch, which was called La Quinta Simone. In the excerpt you are about to read, Alma and her cousins are led by their imaginations to explore an unfamiliar area. They quickly find themselves lost in their jungle playground. What will happen to them? So this term excerpt means this is not the whole story. This is just an excerpt is just a part of the story. And you can tell that it's not the whole thing because of right here it says From Under the Royal Palms. And here's what the book looks like. You do need to know what the term excerpt means, and I think we've talked about that before. But if you don't know what an excerpt is, please make sure that you do. From Under the Royal Palms, A Childhood in Cuba. Now remember, I want you guys to open this with Cami, and you guys will annotate it. You will mark it up. You'll do your active reading. Now my screen has a line down the middle, so I can't see some of the words. That's why I pause a little bit. But you guys need to open this in Cami and actively read it. And then submit it to me because all the exit tickets and the quiz at the end of the week will come from this story. All right, so make sure you do this and share it with me.